Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be more of a fun experimental video just to show you how your equipment can really affect your game. So I'm going to be doing this experiment with drivers mainly today. So I built one driver that is just completely off, not fit for me at all. So I'll hit some of those and we'll see how that performs. And then I built a driver that was a lot more closely fitted for me. So we'll hit that driver and we'll see how that one performs as well. And then we'll just compare the two just to see what the difference is in the total distance or carry distance and other certain numbers that I'll share with you. Okay, so the first driver that I built that I'm going to be hitting first is the TaylorMade Sim Max. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, but it's it's a 12-degree head. Okay, so it's really high lofted head, set at a standard loft. And I put it with a Helium a 5F3 shaft, a regular flex, and it's a 45-gram weighted shaft. So it's a very light shaft, a very whippy shaft for me. So I expect that I'm going to be hitting this ball very high with a lot of spin on the ball. So I'm probably going to lose a lot of distance with this thing, but we'll see what it does. So the second club that I'll be hitting is the TaylorMade Sim. The difference is that there's just more weight placed closer to the face, and that will just promote less spin on the ball and a bit of a lower launch to the ball as well. The shaft is a Hazardous Smoke green, okay, and it's an extra stiff shaft and weighted at 70 grams. So this is a club that's most closely fitted for me in my swing. So I know that this one's going to perform pretty well. So I'm just very curious to see what the differences are. Okay, I'm going to hit 10 shots with the Sim Max, 12-degree driver head. First one here. Really high already, you can tell. Carry, the 265 carry, 280 total. Okay, so when we look at the numbers, so we're just looking at three numbers mainly, or four numbers I should say. So the launch, 15.8, it's a bit high, so we'd want it around 12 to 15 degrees. Okay, the spin should be somewhere between 2 to 3,000, and those numbers will affect carry and the total distance. So the spin is obviously very high, just because the shaft is pretty weak for me, and the loft is very high on the driver. Okay, so we'll hit 9 more and then we'll see what the averages are. Okay, so looking at all 10 shots here, we can kind of see the averages of all the stats. So on average, the launch angle is 15.2. So it's a little high. Remember, the range is 12 to 15. The backspin, the average is 4,158. Now that's really high. It's got to be 2 to 3,000 in that range. So that if it spins too high, the ball will kind of float in the air. So if the wind's in your face, my distance will suffer a lot more. So the average carry is 265, and my average total distance is 280. Okay, so now let's try the other driver. I'm pretty excited to see this. All right. Shot number 1, Sim, 8-degree driver head. Already massive difference. Okay, 9 more. Okay, so taking a look at the last 10 shots with the Sim driver 8-degree head. So on the screen here, I disabled the first 10 with the first driver. So now the averages that you see on the bottom row are the averages with this driver here. So you can see that now the launch angle, the average is 11.9 degrees, so it's a lot lower. I think it was just over 15 degrees with the other driver. Okay, so now that's like on the lower range of that 12 to 15 that we were after. Okay, so now this backspin, the average is 2,726. So that is within that range of 2 to 3,000. That's pretty good. the carry distance increased dramatically here. So it was 304 on average. That's like a 40-yard, almost a 40-yard increase from the last driver, and the total distance is 324, which is again a 44-yard increase from the 280 average with the older driver there. So clearly there's a big difference in the performance and what it could do for my game. So now it's important for every player to understand that not everyone may see dramatic changes in distance and things like that. It really depends on technique up to a certain point. So if you go try and get a fitting for certain equipment and you're not very consistent, you're hitting it in different spots on the club face, you're hitting the top of the ball, you're hitting the ground first. If a lot of things are inconsistent like that, you'll get a lot of inconsistent data. So it'll be more difficult for the fitter to give you an accurate fitting. So the technique definitely comes first, but once your technique reaches a certain level, equipment can most definitely improve your game. Thank you so much for watching. So if you guys have any questions about what I did today, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram at Jonathan K. Moss. But other than that, I will see you guys next week.